to Let's Chat, the Tennessee Valley's premier show focusing on lifestyle and entertainment, bringing you smart shopping tips, community events, and the newest trends. Now, let's chat.
Have you ever met that one person that seemingly does everything? Retired from GPS after 45 years of teaching, Vice President of the Medal of Honor Museum, the official historian for the city of Chattanooga and for Hamilton County, chairman of the board at Erlanger Hospital, and the secretary for the Chattanooga Area Veterans Council, and more. All wrapped up into one person. We have that one person right here. It is Linda Moss-Mines. First of all, Linda, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
With all of your spare time, and I say that very facetiously, thank you for sharing a few minutes here with us.
Oh, my gracious. It's my honor.
You stay incredibly busy, and a while back you decided to take on a new project, writing a book, and this book is called The Makings of a Hero. Give us the outline about this book.
Well, you know, one of the things that I realized in teaching is that I love Captain America. He's my favorite superhero. I like Batman and Superman too.
Right.
But I think young people need true American heroes. And The Making of a Hero is based on the 6 characteristics that we know that all Medal of Honor recipients have exhibited.
Which are?
Courage, commitment, citizenship, sacrifice, integrity, patriotism. And what I decided to do was to write a children's book in which we take, for each of those characteristics, an example from a Medal of Honor recipient who has a tie to Tennessee.
And I was going to say, several of these have ties to Tennessee, and one in particular has a tie right here in Chattanooga.
Certainly does. In fact, you know, the reality is all of them are displayed in the Medal of Honor Heritage Center here in Chattanooga, but Desmond Doss lived up on lookout for most of the years of his adult life after the war. Mary Walker was awarded the Medal of Honor for her actions here as a battlefield surgeon during the American Civil War.
Right.
I mean, you look at all of them and their stories. I think what's important for young people to realize is the characteristics that they exhibited in combat are the exact same characteristics that allows my granddaughter, who's 6, if she sees a friend being bullied, to have the moral courage to say, that's not kind.
So you wrote this book geared towards children, but I think somewhere in the back of your mind you knew that us older kids could also learn a great deal from this.
I think so, because, you know, I think, you know, I'm a believer in lifelong education. We always learn, and I think, you know, so many of us today, we hear the name of Sgt York. You know, those of us who are maybe a little older, over 50, may remember that he was the most highly decorated soldier of World War I.
Right.
From Tennessee, from up on the plateau in Fentress County. But I think people may not know who he was and what he did. And, you know, I love to tell his story because he came back to Tennessee. They were after him to make a movie. Eventually, the movie Sgt York was made, starring Gary Cooper.
Right.
But he would not agree to it for years, and he finally agreed on one condition.
That being?
That Warner Brothers, Jack Warner, would build a high school on the plateau because there was no high school for children up there. So York Institute came into being. He never took a penny from the movie. Now, he did say, I'd kind of like if Gary Cooper would play me. A little bit of vanity there.
I have actually had the pleasure of speaking at that school a number of years ago. When I say a name like Charles Coolidge.
Oh, my goodness.
What pops into your mind?
Oh, you know, Charles Coolidge is our oldest living Medal of Honor recipient, World War II. But I look at Charles Coolidge and I knew him. My husband and his son Bill were classmates. I've known Mr. Coolidge. He's this kind and gentle, humble man. And then you read his story and you think, there is that spark inside of each person. And he says it was for his men. Most of them were replacements. They were young. He was the old man in his early 20s. And when they encountered German forces, tanks coming forward, the Germans ordered them to surrender, and his response was, buddy, you'll have to come get me.
Yeah.
Took 2 tanks on and German forces.
As you and I were discussing on the phone the other day, I've had the honor and privilege of interviewing Mr. Coolidge a few times over the years. He's a guy that's got this aura about him.
He does.
I can't put it any other way. He has an aura about him. He is closing in on 100.
He is.
And
He is.
you can be in the same room with him and you can feel the vibrations. It is unlike anything I have ever experienced.
I do believe that there are those people that are where they were at a time and a purpose that is beyond our comprehension. But what makes them so amazing is you look at all of the recipients in the book survive their combat, except for Ray Duke, who was from Whitwell, Tennessee, whose story is amazing. But they come back, you know, they put on their civilian clothes, and then they set about making the communities and the nation they live in better once again.
And to a person, they don't brag and
Never.
talk about what they did. They just did it and got back to living their lives. Linda, I want you to come back over the coming weeks, and we have got a lot to talk about, but tell us where we can get a copy of this book.
You can purchase a copy of it here locally at the Charles H. Coolidge National Medal of Honor Heritage Center in our gift store. You can also order it from all of the online book suppliers, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, local independent bookstores, please, local independent bookstores.
And,
you know,
you and I will
great
be,
gift.
You and I will be talking over the coming weeks about the upcoming Armed Forces Day Parade.
Yes.
You and I will be talking more when we come back.